What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
And this four-way quarterfinal game between the visiting team, the North Scott Lancers, and the home team, the North Polk Comets. And this game will advance to the 4A semifinal round on Wednesday, and that will be played at Iowa Central Field at 1:30. Now let's meet your non-starters. First of all, for the visitors from North Scott. Number 1, Kamila Eller. Number 3, Aubrey Tooley. Number 6, Chevelle Kingsley. Number 8, Carly Breeder. Number 10, Natalie Neighbor. Number 12, Riley Daniels. Number 16, Alana Nelson. Number 17, Maya Bolt. Your assistant coaches, Dale Tufte and Heather Rickard. Now here's your starting lineup. For the Lancers from North Scott, leading off. Playing shortstop, number 18, Sydney Scarriage. Batting second in left field, number 4, McKinley Tooley. Batting third at third base, number 7, Adeline Johnson. Cleanup hitter for the Lancers. Doing the pitching, number 22, Patty McDermott. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 11, Kylie Rainlight. Batting sixth in center field, number 2, Carly Grader. Batting seventh in right field, number 9, Abby Rouse. Batting eighth at first base, number 20, Shelby Spears. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 5, Tegan Kelly. And your next player, playing second base, number 21, Riley Robertson. Head coach for North Scott, Holly Hilting. And now, let's meet the home team from North Polk, the Comets. Here's your non-starters. Number 3, Addie Tigas. Number 4, Devin Caves. Number 6, Jenna Mannock. Number 8, Addie Marks. Number 9, Emma Schmidt. Number 11, Vincent Westra. Number 13, Maddie Simmons. Number 17, Jocelyn Mannock. Number 18, Jaden Newell. Number 23, Anna Pedersen. Number 24, Izzy Bauer. Number 25, Melissa Cook. Number 37, Libby Baker. Number 42, Joey Schuster. And number 44, Peyton Yates. Your assistant coaches, Tracy Flavor, and Sydney Carroll. And now, here's your starting lineup. For the North Polk Comets, leading off playing shortstop, number 22, Ella Husek. And second, designated player, number 21, Elise Engelbrechtsen. And third, doing the pitching, number 12, Ava Husek. Cleanup third for the Comets. Doing the catching, number 16, Lucy Lucas. Batting fifth at second base, number 10, Caitlin Cleaver. Batting sixth at first base, number 14, Tessa Dillinger. Batting seventh in center field, number 2, Eva Kadelka. Batting eighth in left field, number 1, Maddie Cleaver. Batting ninth in right field, number 15, Lauren Osborne. The next player at third base, number 20, Quinn Nero. Head coach for the Comets, Rick Dillinger. Now please turn your attention to our umpiring crew as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for this 4A contest. At first base, Glenn Snyder. At third base, Sean McWhirter. And calling the balls and strikes, Cam Cooksey. All right, who's ready to play state tournament softball?
Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock with you here as we go to 4A. A rolling start as that last game. It took forever with Carlisle Winterset winning. Just 3 shy of the hits. Did they hit the time record, Andy?
No, they're 2 minutes shy of the time record for a game in regulation here at state.
Of the time record. So here we have a number 1 and number 8 seed here in Class 4A. And let's see, do we have the road to state for them we could look at? Here we go. North Scott, 26-11, Region 7 champion. 353 team batting average. Sydney Skerich, 474. Maddie McDermott hitting 474. 14 home runs. And North Polk, the Region 5 champion, defeated Gilbert. They're 30-4. Ava Husek, 24-3. 2.02 ERA. Leads 4A in wins and strikeouts. So obviously going to be another good matchup here, Andy.
Yeah, the big one is North Polk is just they're battle tested right now as they come into this game. Rick Dillinger, who has been around the game for a long time, back here with North Polk after coaching at Iowa for about the last 8 or 9 seasons, was an assistant coach down there for the Hawkeyes. He's back. He is in his 33rd year coaching at North Polk now. When he combines them both together, he's got his granddaughter Tessa playing for him. He's got the Huseks there as well, a very strong softball name in Central Iowa. So North Polk on a roll right now. They did have a win earlier, a 10-run win just a couple weeks ago over Carlisle, who's a state tournament team. They did lose to Norwalk, a state tournament team here just about a week or 2 weeks ago as well. So they come into the game with a 30-4 overall record from the northern part of Polk County, as their name suggests, and it'll be interesting to see how these teams attack each other. They have not seen each other this year, and really no common opponents to look at either here between North Polk and North Scott.
So leading it off for North Scott, number 18 is Sydney Skerich, the junior. And the first pitch is a ball. Ball 2.
Husek in the circle for North Polk on the year is 23-3 overall with a 1.82 earned run average. So it is tough to scratch out runs against her.
This one, just as you say that, she pops one in the hole there and gets on with the single.
A lot of times as a left-handed batter, you're looking at pushing it to the left side of the infield, but Skerich was able to pull that one and really pop it right up the middle, and the Lancers going to test things out with some speed from the left side here early on in this one.
McKinley Toohey hitting .305 on the season. And first pitch going, and she's in there easily as the throw's wide of the bag. And Skerich, they have her as 35 of 36, make that 36 of 37 stolen bases. So she's into a little bit of thievery there.
Well, and you've just got all your angles around the infield are all jacked up right now because of the slappers. So everybody's out of position, and you're trying to go cover bases from a spot that you a lot of times won't be covering bases from.
There's a bunt, gets it down, throw to first, and the runner advances on the sacrifice.
Nice quick glove over there from Neerum in the third base spot there for North Polk. Able to fire it across. They've obviously schemed up the small ball strategy here for the Lancers.
Well, it seems like so far early, except for that last game, runs have been tough to come by in some of these ball games here.
You definitely have to value base runners.
There's a strike against Adeline Johnson, the third baseman. The freshman hitting 348. Or excuse me, 408. Give her a little bump up there when you look at the wrong line on the score sheet.
I've had that happen. These the print on these stat sheets have got smaller and smaller throughout my years.
I even printed out a little bit bigger one, but when we had to scramble as we quickly got reset for the first game, this one bunted right out front. They're going to come home. Get her dead cold at the plate.
Great
nice play.
Yeah, great play. Great tag applied there by the catcher, Lucy Lucas. She did a great job of positioning her body here as you look on the replay. The bunt goes right back to the pitcher, IGHSAU. Lucas right there set herself up in the spot that she was not blocking the plate, and that's been an emphasis, is that obstruction.
She gave a little push to her. She didn't have to rear back and throw it. She just got it right into her glove.
Exactly how you draw it up.
So there's 2 out. And the runner goes. She'll get down easily for the stolen base.
The Lancers so aggressive on the base paths here. They are one of the top stealing teams in the state.
Maddie McDermott, the senior's at the plate, averaging 474 on the season now with 2 outs. It's the sun poking out a little bit more here out of the clouds. It's been a beautiful, cool day here at Fort Dodge. That one's outside. 2-0.
See IGHSAU continuing to work the outside part of the plate.
That one outside, too. And that's ball 4, so base on balls.
They were really respecting the 14 home runs hit by Maddie McDermott this year, trying to pitch around her.
Brings up Kylie Wainwright.
And honestly protected her a little bit by that stolen base to second. It allowed you really to pitch around McDermott as they move on to Wainwright.
Yeah, you can't steal second now because there's somebody standing out there, but and Natalie Neighbor running at first base for McDermott. As Wainwright steps in, the DP. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2 outs here, 2 on. In the early going for North Scott, the number 8 seed, trying to bring down number 1. This one chopped right off the glove of the third baseman, a hot smash, and in to score is Johnson.
Johnson rolling on contact with runners on first and second and 2 outs, able to easily come around and score.
I think there's a burn mark on the third baseman's glove over there from that one.
That was a screamer.
Carly Brader steps in. And this one, carrying foul to the right side. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off.
Husak lost that one more towards the middle. That target was outside, and she lost it more towards the middle. Dodged a bullet there as Breeder able to foul it off.
And low for ball one.
Not a bad location on an 0-2 count.
Yeah, I'll try to get him fish a little bit, go after a bad one, a low one. Breeder in. This one fouled off.
One of the things I love to see is who's calling the pitches. Are you getting a lot of instruction from the dugout? Are you seeing the catcher take charge on a lot of this? And right now I see for North Polk, you've got a lot of wisdom over there, and Coach Dillinger, he's over there calling the pitches. Is that one fouled off once again? A great at-bat in the works right now from Breeder.
Fouled off 3 now. It's a 6-pitch at bat right now. 1-2 the count. Husak delivers. This one ripped deep to left, over the head of the left fielder. 1 run is in. They're sending to second. She'll turn, and they'll cut it, and she'll score. 2 RBI double to left.
Great solid contact there. As you'll see, just not quite able to track it down in left field. The runners moving again on contact with 2 outs. I'm not so sure you don't want to let that ball come through. They might have had a chance for a play at the plate.
I thought they might have too. That's a Kruger Seeds extra base hit here. See your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today.
So a huge start right now for the Lancers.
Brings the senior Abby Rouse to the plate. And she takes a strike. Yeah, already 3 runs in here. 1-1 to Rouse. That one's high outside. 2-1. Sun kind of poking out. It's been kind of cloudy most of the day. Still cloudy, but you see that sun as it's moved to the west to start to set, and that one's outside.
Oh, he called it late on the strike.
Oh, did he call strike?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Very late.
Jeez. Okay. 1-2. No, it should be 2-2 then. All right? Yeah. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. To end the inning, but not before they get 1, 2, 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on at the end of a half inning. 3-0 North Scott. North Polk coming up to bat after this is the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Jose, if you get a chance, you can pull up that Farm Bureau to show the 2 Farm Bureau agencies that are supporting this ball game. We kind of skipped over that in our entry there. There you go. Scott County and Polk County. We want to thank the Farm Bureau for their support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Now back to the bottom of the first. North Polk with some work to do. Ella Husak, the shortstop, will lead it off. And lays a bunt down. digs hard, and she gets it, digs it out. And really not a bad reaction.
No, there's just enough backspin on it, though. She caught the bottom part almost like a cut shot in tennis and cut that thing to stop right in front of the pitcher and just able to beat everybody to first base.
Maddie McDermott in the circle for North Scott. Another bunt. This one they field and throw her out, but it's a sacrifice. And then all the way over to third goes Husak.
Very good base running by Husak over there as she rounded second, realized no one was there because on the rotation, everybody was coming up on the bunt. Shortstop over there headed to Skerich, headed to second, so there's no one on third. And they were fortunate the ball actually hit the umpire going to cover third base. Otherwise, it was going to roll to the dugout and likely a chance for Husak to score.
That brings up the pitcher, Ava Husak. She lifts one high toward left field. Left fielder got to come in on the run. Can't get the catch. It drops down. The runner will score from third, throw down to second. Not in time.
McKinley, too, he just really late recognizing it. I think all of a sudden the ball was a lot shorter than what she had. I think that's going to be ruled in there. It looks like they called it a hit out there, but just a late read on it, and all of a sudden came charging in a lazy fly ball. And, that's one way to get back into a game that you've dug yourself a 3-0 hole if you're North Polk. That definitely was ruled a hit, though.
So
North Polk, the havoc on the base paths, that's been the story right now for North Polk. A couple bunts gets things moving, and you just kind of get everybody a little rattled. You just get your infield and your outfield included in a lot of stuff. Everybody's got to be exactly where they need to be on defense, and it really causes some issues for you. And right now, no need to panic. I mean, that 3-run first inning for North Scott. I knew I was going to screw that up at some point today, but that 3-run first inning is helping them right now. You don't have to panic about anything. It did not make North Polk get out of their small ball mentality.
And that'll bring up Lucy Lucas, the catcher.
Lucas has been called the kind of the emotional leader of this team. Catcher comes into this game batting .392 on the season.
I've got her at 406.
You probably got more
updated stats there. That's a ball.
That might be a game or two behind. 406 sounds pretty good as a hitter anytime you can get up over 4.
Yeah. And there's a ball. 2-0. Strike call. 2-1. So you got one out. Tying run now at the plate right now for North Polk. And obviously early in the first inning, a few runs, you're not going to panic right away. That one's a ball. 3-1.
Keeping things very low in the zone here against Lucas. She's got just one home run on the year. She's drawn a lot of walks. And that'll add to her total.
So she'll go down to first. And that'll bring up Caitlin Cleaver. Caitlin Claver, the second baseman. Ball to her. And hitting .277. This one high to right. Oh, she made the catch. It had to go back on her heels. They throw to third. Now runner going to second. And got her.
That's one way to get out of the inning.
So fly out to right field for out number 2. Then was it 9-6 to get the runner caught stealing. And 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. So it's 3-1 as we go to the top of the second here from the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
We go to the top of the second. Shelby Spears, the first baseman, will get things started off here for North Scott. And there's a strike. Delivered. Fans remind you that Central College has you covered with career-building programs and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships. Apply today at central.edu. There's a swing and a miss by Spears.
That's a great little drop change coming in there from Husak.
Husak up in the count. There's a lot of alliterative names on both these teams here. 1 and 2. The big first inning. 3 runs on 2 hits for North Scott. That one's high and away. Spears not biting on it. 2 and 2.
Husak not going to give anything good to Spears to hit here, probably on this pitch as well. Look for maybe an off-speed low and away.
Yeah, she came right down the tube on that.
I think she missed a little bit because you saw Lucas try to go take that thing outside.
Didn't get it quite off the plate like she wanted. And that's sometimes early innings. You see these pitchers, they're adjusting, and they're also adjusting the umpire and adjusting, kind of getting their form. This one popped into the hole for a base hit, and it goes all the way through back to the wall. She'll turn and go into second.
Well, it snuck underneath the glove out there of Niram. Excuse me, that's Kudelka, right, out there in center field?
Kudelka's center field.
Yeah, it snuck under her glove, and Coach Dillinger wants to settle everybody down. Probably should have just been a single. It's got a...
But they're going to give that a double now, right? So there'd be a Kruger Seeds extra base hit.
And North Scott in business right now here in the top of the second. They've hit the ball very well. 4 hits.
Yeah, early on. And that's the way to do it, in this tournament. Jump out early if you can. Because that's when usually the pitchers are the shakiest, and sometimes your defense too. Everybody a little nerves. They're trying to settle down.
Well, this couple more runs puts a lot of pressure on North Polk's small ball offense that they play. As a team this year, North Polk only with 5-6 home runs as an entire squad, so no one really doing that. They're more about getting the ball on the ground and running.
So Keegan Kelly, the catcher, will step in, the senior. 262. 3 home runs for Kelly. Lays the bunt down. They'll go to first and advance the runner on the sack.
You get that leadoff runner on, that opens up your entire offense for how you want to do things. And Now another opportunity maybe for a bunt as well.
We got Ruby Atkins running at third and brings up Sydney Skerich. She singled the first time up. And that one hit her. Yep.
She was out of the box, so she's out, and that is the right call. The home plate umpire all over it. That ball just popped up, and she was already right on the edge.
And that caught her, yeah.
That's a huge break for North Polk right now. All of a sudden, now you have 2 outs with that runner on third trying to get out of a jam.
McKinley Toohey, she sacrificed her first time up and takes a ball. This one to the second baseman, and that'll end the inning. No runs on one hit, one left on. At the end of 2.5, 3-1, North Scott at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Leading off the bottom of the second for North Polk, Tessa Dillinger, first baseman. And we said the granddaughter of the coach who says you can't come home again.
Right.
He left and came back and has him back in the state tournament.
33 years at one spot.
Yeah, that's why he's got 1,203 victories on his coaching career.
Well, considering he took, 8-9 years off to coach at Iowa, that's a lot of victories that he missed out on there.
That one's low. 2-1. .308 average for Dillinger. And a swing and a miss evens it up at 2-2.
She's taking some big swings here early on. See if she shortens that up a little bit here with 2 strikes. Dillinger, just a freshman.
Holds off on that one. Man, that was close. Full count. And again, you see the sun kind of shining in on the diamond as it heads to the west to set. This one bounces and it's a walk.
Sun's going to come into play much more on any throws to first from the left field side, third base or even shortstop. They're going to be looking directly into that sunshine.
Yeah, or anything popped up that way, although they're wearing shades over there, so. Ava Kudelka, the center fielder, will come in, and running will be Peyton Westra, the freshman. She's 3 of 3 in the stolen base area.
North Polk, a very, very young team. No seniors, just 3 juniors. You can see it right now with the people that they're sending up there. A lot of promise for the future, and right now the number 1 seed overall in Class 4A. But trailing here early to North Scott, who just came out hitting so hard.
Fouls the first pitch back.
Square off the face mask of North Scott catcher Tegan Kelly. She says she's okay.
Westra, she's not running the ball. A bunt over the head, down the line, save. Wow. Usually that always ends up being an out as that little pop-up bunt. The first baseman charging, though, and it looped over the top of her head. Let's watch it here.
Shelby Spears, you'll see, doing exactly what she should be doing, comes charging in on the bunt, and disaster averted for North Polk because, like you said, that's a double play more times than not when you pop up that bunt.
But she didn't get it very high, just looped it over the top of her. Squared the bunt again. This one laid down to let it go foul. Nice play by the third baseman, Adeline Johnson.
Good bit of officiating, too. Everybody got immediately into position to see where the ball was rolling to.
It's Maddie Claver, the left fielder in there. Tried to lay down the bunt. Does it again. This time it's fair. They'll go to first. And she'll move the runners around on the sacrifice.
And that's that angle that I talked about before. Riley Robertson is looking directly back into the sun coming off that bunt for that throw. But able to look right into it and make the play.
Lauren Osborne will come up. Hits it foul. The right fielder.
That's where all the officials are all situated over there. That's a reserve spot for all the umpires here during the course of the tournament. I'm sure someone had to show off and make a catch. The ball was hit over the fence.
This one hit toward the gap. It gets through. Pops up on the lip, and they're going to come home. And out.
Great throw in center field by Carly Breeder.
Well, I think as it hit that grass coming up, it flew right up into her hands.
Gave her just everybody was doing exactly what they should do. You watch this, just like you mentioned there, off the lip, comes up right into Carly's glove, makes a play, not even a close play at home. Beautiful job as well by catcher Tegan Kelly. We've got to change a belt out here. I can say that I've not seen that done yet here at the state tournament.
I haven't either.
We've had to have a belt change break.
Change the belt of the third baseman.
It's the same color.
Yeah.
I've not seen that. Belt. So North Polk, super aggressive on the bases. That's twice now they've been thrown out on the bases in 2 innings. Lancers not making any errors so far on what they've seen.
Brings up the leadoff batter, Husek, the shortstop. She singled and scored in the first inning.
Showed her wheels, too.
Yeah. Strike there. You'd think the cool weather would keep the flies down, but it isn't.
No, and the wind, too, you'd think.
Yeah, normally it blows them out of there, but they're
flies are all over here on
Hardy
the
bunch.
Media area. Who didn't shower?
McDermott looks in. Husak holds on the pitch, and it's a ball. 1-1.
Husak batting .421 on the season.
This one lifted foul. Fouled it off again.
Husak from her leadoff spot really does not strike out throughout the course of the season. Just 7 strikeouts in the 34 games that North Polk has played.
Yeah, that's 16 walks, 7 strikeouts. And she takes a ball there that count even 22. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second inning with a runner on second. And right to the second baseman, only fitting, and it's a 4-3 put out to end the inning, but not before 1 run for North Polk. on, what do we get? 2 hits. And at the end of 2 complete, 3-2, North Scott, they're coming up to bat here with the 3-4-5 hitters at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Swing and a miss. It's Adeline Johnson, third baseman. You just saw on the screen official fan merchandise is available. You can go to IGHSAU.org to get that merchandise. And they're over there. They'll customize it for you and put some different things on there if you want. If you here, or you can go online and they'll customize it as well.
Johnson, the lone freshman in the lineup for North Scott, quite a bit different from North Polk. It's a very senior-dominated team from North Scott. They've got 6 seniors in their starting lineup.
One and two here. Husak looks into Lucy Lucas, her catcher. Delivers outside. 2-2. Got started about an hour late because that previous game they put up, 30-some hits?
Yeah, that was my fault. I was calling that game. I couldn't get it to go any faster. 30, I think it was right at 30 hits. 20
and 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, 20 for Winterset and 10 for Carlisle. Pretty decent upset there. We've seen two seeds go down today. Ankeny as well.
Yep.
Lost to Muscatine.
This one fouled back. This is the 1-8 seed here, and right now the 8 seed is leading by 1. Trying to add here as they get the inning started. Adeline Johnson, good at bat now. This one ripped towards center and right to the center fielder, Kudelka.
Kudelka got a little excited, but the ball was just hit right to her. You saw her flip her hips ready to turn.
Yeah.
Read it perfect. Ball was just right to her. She flipped her hips as if she had to go back, but really didn't have to move a bit.
Brings up the pitcher, Maddie McDermott. She walked and scored in the first.
McDermott's one you can be a little more careful right now. She's got 14 home runs on the season with nobody on. Can be a little more careful as they're not going to pitch anything good to her. She'll go on and play her college softball at UNI.
(1-0) outside, 2-0.
Yeah, you're not going to see anything good here.
I look over there and think that was the signal. Give her something outside. That's where it is. 3-0.
And you see this so much at the state tournament. You see these better players. They try to neutralize the better players, and it's that next wave of players that have to win these games.
This one is going to go foul on the right side.
The green light for McDermott on the 3-0. She was waiting for that pitch. Now I think is where you just go ahead and walk her and take your chances.
Yeah. Bring it
going
low
down
or
the order.
outside again, and and let it.
They already showed the faith they have in McDermott there on the green light on the 3-0. Not a whole lot of batters around the state will have that.
Husak delivers. This one fouled off.
She missed that one inside once more.
Now the count full there. And I don't think you don't mess around, because if you leave one hanging in there,
she will make you pay.
It could leave the yard. The payoff pitch. Low, and she struck her out, had her reaching for it.
Went with a curveball, low and away. I was just about to say earlier tonight, it didn't seem like Husak had a whole lot of movement. You saw a lot of spin coming from her pitches, but not a lot of movement. And the 12-6 curveball there, completely out of range for McDermott to get to. Battling back after being down in the count 3-0.
Brings up Kylie Wainwright. She's singled with an RBI, swings and misses at the first pitch low for strike one.
So Wainwright will go on and actually wrestle at Wartburg.
Well,
and I have not seen a softball player yet that's going on to college to wrestle. So Wainwright takes that card.
Well, there may be more of those opportunities as we move forward. We had this first girls union sanctioned wrestling tournament this year, and
more colleges adding it on as well.
As they open up, I think probably the smaller colleges are adding more to start with, and that one's outside. Iowa, of course, has a program, but there aren't a lot of large colleges that have one.
Grandview right now. I know Wartburg has added it as well, like we mentioned here with Wainwright heading up there to play. Williamsburg over the last couple of years has had a player I know that wrestled in high school. I don't know exactly.
This one back off the glove of the pitcher, coming over and cleaning it up is Klaber. As it ricochets off the pitcher, but Klaber gets it and throws her out. And so they do go down in order in the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Coming up after this is the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Back on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock with you in this 4A quarterfinal. Number 1 North Polk, number 8 North Scott. And North Scott up 3-2 as North Polk comes to bat with Elise Engelbritson, designated player playing second base. Or excuse me, the designated player, I should say. As there's strike 2. And strike 3, round number 1.
McDermott got ahead in the count, was able to come back with a rise ball for the punch out. Dar, would you have thought that we are welcoming the sunshine right now that we can feel coming in?
And it's like past 6:30, early on I was close to going and getting a jacket in that first ball game. Eva Husick, the pitcher, she's doubled and takes a ball. Yeah, and then you can kind of feel it warming up a little bit with that sun up. That one's low.
I'm not sure it ever got above 72 degrees today. Had a
I
nice
don't think so.
breeze
Yeah.
all day long. Tomorrow's going to be more of the same. Going to have my hoodie with me in the morning.
And the nice thing is you clear air, too. We don't see any of that haze that we've had. There's a strike on the outside edge. 1-2 here. There's North Polk, the Comets, trying to even this back up with one out. This one is slapped hard between first and second for a single for Husak. 2 for 2 today. It brings up Lucy Lucas, who walked and was caught stealing. And now the pinch runner, Maddie Simmons.
And this is getting that lead runner on. This is where North Polk starts to put a lot of pressure on you on the base paths.
Simmons 7-7 in stolen bases. Does it matter when you're batting the left side and you got a runner? Now she goes first pitch. Well, it didn't matter that time, did it?
That was an incredible throw by Tegan Kelly.
Yeah.
Wow, she put that absolutely on the money.
Out number 2. So that was a strike. Strike, and then a throw out. And Lucy Lucas.
And I'm still looking at that throw that came there from Kelly.
Just pegged it. This one fouled up. It's going to get out of play on top of the dugout. 1-2.
Back in the spot where we used to have our camera operators. The
Yeah.
way we used to do things.
Yeah, that used to be the hottest spot out here. Up there.
Sure was.
Running the camera. Years back, I jumped in and did it for a little bit. Just somebody a break, and man, it is warm up there. This one is also going to carry out a play.
Good effort over there by Adeline Johnson at third base for North Scott. Found the fence. Needed it to be about 3 feet further out.
Yeah, there's a few different areas here if you don't play here all the time. That one right by the dugout where they have the yellow padding could be one for the catcher. This one slapped by the diving shortstop for a single.
That's where that out on the base paths again comes back to bite you because, again, three outs on the base paths in 3 innings, and North Polk certainly not being shy running out there, but at some point you do need to value those base runners a little bit more. It is, especially when you get to this level right now. We've seen so many of these close games today decided by an out here and there late in the game, a run scored, a run that doesn't score. Saw a lot of opportunities squandered.
Man.
Carlisle's probably kicking themselves all the runners they left on throughout the course of the day today. So you have to value your base runners.
Caitlin Claver, the second baseman, flied out to right last time up.
They've had the hits, North Polk has right now. Only the third inning, though. Eventually that can wear on you as well. As a defense, you
lifted high, and that's going to get over the net.
You're counting on that defense eventually making a mistake at some point. You sacrifice some of these earlier outs to maybe make them think twice about some of the throws they're going to make later on.
1-1, 2 outs, runner at first. Comes in high inside, 2-1.
A lot of fire behind that pitch from McDermott.
But the thing is, if you're North Polk, running is what you do, so you keep it up. This one lifted high towards center, way back, gone! Home run! North Polk leads on a comet shot into left center.
The second home run of the year for Claver. And that was the first home run that we've seen hit out into those new bleachers. There
Watch
was
the
no doubt
replay
about
here.
that. Was 4 bleachers deep into the outfield and straightaway center. A rocket
Boom.
shot, like you mentioned. Souvenir
Yeah,
up there.
See
yeah.
it up there bounces. You're right. Four rows up in the new stands, and the new stands already got a dent in them up there in that one seat after that one came down. And Claver with one swing puts them on top. 4-3.
They might have to mark that spot. The first home run was hit with the new permanent bleachers here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Park in Fort Dodge.
It brings up Tessa Dillinger. She walked and scored her last time up, and that one's low.
Consider that's 200 feet in center field. That may be one of the hardest hit balls I've seen this season.
Yeah, because if the stands aren't there, you're going to go another 50 feet in the air maybe. That one's low. 2-1. Well, they started out with a strikeout, a single, and a caught stealing, but now they've come right back with a single and a home run. And now a 3-1 count here.
North Polk only had 6 home runs as a team coming into this game all season long.
And there's a strike, runs the count full. Payoff pitch to Dillinger. Swing and a miss. And it ends the inning, but not before the big blast off a single and then two singles and a home run. So 3 hits, 2 runs on 3 hits. None left on. North Polk leads after 3 complete, 4-3 here at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
Back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Carly Breeder, she doubled, drove in an RBI here in her first at bat in the first inning. Takes a ball there, ball 2, and it's 2-0. North Polk climbs on top with the big home run by Caitlin Claver. This one is fouled off the right side. And she'll collect her bat, get back in there.
I have to have a stocking cap ready to cover my head in the morning tomorrow. It's going to be the 50s when we show up here at 10 o'clock in the morning.
This one hit to the second baseman off her glove. And Reeder is aboard with the leadoff error.
Well, Claver had got herself over in position. The ball took a hop really off her shoulder almost. They did call it a hit because she was there in position. I think that ball hopped over her. It hit a rock or so. This crushed brick that you've got out here on the surface usually gives you pretty true rolls.
Just a little tapper, a bunt, sacrifice, and move the runner over.
That's about the exact way that you would describe that. You hit the nail on the head. It was a tap bunt. She kind of showed it, pulled back, and just kind of tapped it right down.
Well, and sometimes you do that right back to the pitcher. She has no thought of even turning and looking to second. Usually on a bunt you can't. Maybe if your third baseman's coming in, you might be able to pick it up and throw to second, but
in that case, they had coming in from center field to cover everything, so not a play you're usually going to make at second base.
Rouse with the sacrifice, swing and a miss by Spears. She doubled her last time up into right. This one hit, drops in the gap, right center. Runner will hold at third.
Really good read by Breeder there as she came at second base. She saw it was going to land. The second she saw it was going to land, she was off to third quickly.
Brings up the catcher, Tegan Kelly. Here with runners at first and third, one out. Now do you try to bunt again?
I wouldn't be surprised to see it right now, especially in a one-run ball game.
She had a sack bunter last time up.
You're looking at worst-case scenario right now. You're probably going to not see a throw to first base with that runner on third. Load up the bases.
Here's the 1-0. This one on the outside, she fouls it off, so let's swing it away there.
It also depends on who you have coming up next, and
will be the top of the order, so
you're looking at some lefties, I believe, for North Scott coming up. So, yeah, if you can – actually, they are lefties, but they were able to hit the ball to start the game today. So if you can load the bases, you're in business here for the Lancers. I was not going to have a bunt anymore, although we did see Centennial with a bases-loaded two-strike bunt score a couple today.
That was a strange play because I think – well, they had switched. The first baseman came to pitch, and pitcher went over. Then when they came in, they kind of looked at it, and nobody picked it up.
It just rolled all the way to the outfield.
And good base running, yeah. Then it allowed 2 runs to score. This one hit toward the first baseman off her glove. She's retreats to first. The run will come in, tie the game.
Hot shot down there to first. Tough to field because then you put the pressure there on Cleaver. And she's having to redirect all over the place. That'll be
an error.
Another error, or the first error actually on North Polk. And they're in business now, back to the top of the order.
And Sydney Skarich, a single, stolen base hit by pitch. In the second inning, so 1 for 1. And we've got Aubrey Toohey, the freshman, overrunning at first. Sydney Skarich, the junior. Trying to give them the lead back here as they've tied it back up. Takes a strike.
Well, now, as Skarich being a slapper, you want to look at trying to pull the ball now and keep it to the right side with these runners on second. Otherwise, you're pushing everything right into the force out over there on the third base side, unless you're looking to line something over them. Then you got to be careful, though, about, well, there you go.
Oh, right to the shortstop, dropped it at third. Everybody's safe.
Ball getting peppered all around everybody. It was a really, really good play over at short to redirect by Ella Husak. But everything just happening really quick. You've got to make that throw really fast and hard. And now North Scott in business once again.
There's a couple errors here on North Polk, and North Scott a chance here with 1 out, bases loaded to try to take the lead back. This one a slapper to first. They're going to come home with it for the force, and they'll just get 1 on the fielder's choice.
Great heads-up play over there by Dillinger at first.
Can I say gunned down by Dillinger? Or is that too?
We'll hear from somebody if you can't.
Third baseman, Evelyn Johnson.
Johnson now coming up. She's got 5 home runs on the year. Here with bases loaded for the Lancers.
Alan Johnson reached on a fielder's choice, flying out to center 0 for 2, but she had a run scored. No, she didn't reach. Yeah, I guess she reached on the fielder's choice. That's outside for a ball. 7 batters already sent to the plate here in this top of the 4th inning for North Scott. This one is fouled off. Two outs, bases loaded, 1-1 count on the number 3 hitter in the lineup.
A huge out for North Polk to get here.
That one outside. Yeah, if you can get out of this just tied up after giving up a couple errors.
Yeah, they say they put as much as the Lancers have put the ball in play and their speed. North Polk has not helped their own cause in this inning.
That one low skips under the glove with the catcher, throws, and the run will score.
No bounce coming out of the crushed brick. The ball just rolled right through.
So the pass ball and he scores.
Kicks up a bunch of dust at us. See it all.
And that makes it a 3-1 count on Adeline Johnson.
Great game here in the 1-8 matchup here in Class 4A.
And that one is a strike to run the count full. Catcher now, Lucy Lucas, has to shield her eyes to look over there in for the pitch with the sun
just about to have the shadows overtake her.
Moving over to the west there.
Next time she comes out, the shadows will be there.
Full count. Here's the pitch, low, and it's walked her.
Now you have to be very careful. You do not have an open base for one of the leading home run hitters in the state, McDermott. And this is a great situation for North Scott to be in.
McDermott hitting .474, 14 home runs. This one fouled off. Came in low.
Yeah, they continue to try to go low and away from her. Actually got her on a strikeout in her last at-bat, going to that curveball low and away.
Here we go again, 2 outs, bases loaded. And that one high and outside.
You notice she has really scooted herself up in that box, trying to catch that ball before it breaks away from her.
You see the side view where she's at in the batter's box. Now from the outfield camera. Here's a delivery, swing and a miss. Got her on the low outside one again. Might have caught just a piece of that.
It's a little bit low and away. That seems to be the scouting report right now on McDermott. If she's going to beat you, they're going to make her push it opposite field.
1-2 pitch. This one lifted high. Going back toward the gap, and it's caught by the right fielder, Osborne, who comes over and makes the play and ends what could have been a much bigger inning, but they get 2 out of it and take the lead at the end of 4.5, 5-4, with North Polk coming to bat here at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. North Polk finds themselves trailing once again, a number 1 seed. It'll be the 7-8-9, Ava Kadelka, the center fielder, who got that little bunt looper over the top and then was caught stealing back in the second inning in her only at bat so far. And McDermott in the circle delivers. This one is popped up high to the shortstop, and she'll make the play.
Very calm looking over there on the first out.
Skerich. And brings up Maddie Claver, the left fielder. She sacrifice bunted to run her around in her last trip to the plate. This one, hot smash to third base. Throws it low, but scooped over there by Shelby Spears for out number 2.
A couple good plays all the way around. Johnson off the hot shot. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Pretty efficient inning so far for McDermott.
Brings up Lauren Osborne, the right fielder. She singled, was stranded in the second. Fouls the first pitch back. McDermott, Kelly catching. That one's high. Ball 1. Shelby Spears at first, Riley Robertson at second, Sydney Skerich at short, Adeline Johnson at third, Tooney, Reeder, and Rouse outfield left to right as there's a swing and got a piece of it at strike 2. The defense for the Lancers. That sun moving right over to our left. It actually feels kind of good.
That feels really good right now.
After being cold all day.
I can't believe we're even talking about that.
I know, the sun's out. It's like, that gray cloud's been kind of up there, but thankfully it hasn't let loose anything, so we've been okay with that. But here's a pitch right back to the pitcher. Backhands it, throws, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for North Polk. And they're half of the fourth. 4 complete, 5-4 North Scott. They'll come to bat here with the in the top of the 5th. After this, at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life.
The bottom of the fifth of the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Kylie Wainwright takes a ball. Wainwright singled with an RBI and scored and grounded out to second base. 1 for 2 with a RBI run scored today. 309 coming into this. The designated player. And 2-0. Husak on the mound, or on the circle rather. Lucy Lucas catching. Dillinger, Claver, Husak, and Narum. The infield, that one low. 3-0.
Well, you can just kind of feel the shift in what's going on out here. And, from the start, the Lancers, 3 runs in that first inning to take the lead. But North Polk, the way they got back, they only got 1 back in the first, but you just felt like they were still kind of in control with the way they were attacking on the base paths. But, North Scott so far has dodged everything that North Polk has thrown at them. And here they sit in pretty good position here in the top of the fifth.
Third walk from Husak brings up Carly Brader, the center fielder. She doubled, had an RBI single, and lays down the sacrifice. It stays fair as first baseman came in, couldn't quite field it there.
Putting pressure on the base pass. Brader, no contact made as she was running down towards first. Dillinger, I think, was expecting that there was going to be some contact, but there was not. Umpires all over it here. Coach Rick Dillinger would like to discuss things with the umpiring crew right now as they get together, but I don't think there's anything to be overturned here.
No, we'll see. She was outside the line and she came down and it looked like she touched it.
Oh, it was touched. It was definitely touched.
And they're
Everybody's
saying
safe.
Yep. They discussed it and said, it's almost like maybe she was going to touch it and not, and so maybe I should let it roll, and then she did, and then by that time.
Well, there was no contact to give any interference, any base runner interference, so right call was made.
So North Scott runners at first and second with a walk and a bunt single. Out brings up Abby Roush. She struck out and had a sacrifice bunt. And we'll get a pinch runner in there for an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at imtims.com. This one lifted on the infield. Dillinger will take it, looks to second, looks back to first, and no play either way, so one out there.
The infield fly was called, so it was going to be an out no matter what. Seen a few of those throughout the course of the day today.
Shelby Spears doubled, singled, and scored. 2 for 2 with a run scored today. The first baseman, this one. Right to second base. She'll go to first for the out. Runners will advance to second and third.
Probably the right decision. I think there was a good enough jump on the base paths. I don't think she was going to be able to get the runner heading to second. And now, chance to minimize the damage here in the top of the fifth, not allow any runs to come across.
Catcher Tegan Kelly. She sacrificed bunt, reached on an error, 0 for 2. Was stranded at second in the fourth inning. This one fouled back.
I know they're bringing out new balls for each game, but these have a different sound to them right now. It's almost like you're hitting it just has a totally different sound that I hear of the balls.
It's like a
and maybe it's the bat that's being used. I don't know, but
could be the bat, maybe, I don't know. It's more of a wood bat sound than a
it is
aluminum
definitely.
ping.
Yes,
yeah. Baseball you get the true ping because of the harder ball, but here it's just like more of like it's coming off a wooden bat in a way.
It almost sounds like they're hitting a softball with no core to it. It's just a leather ball, nothing else to it.
But could be just the bat they're using. 0-2 pitch here, outside. 2 outs, trying to get Kelly to reach on it.
I don't mind that throwaway location at all on the 0-2 pitch.
And you get this out here, you're out of the inning without giving up any more runs after a walk and a single. This one is popped. Oh, nice diving try, but you won't be able to get up. Now the runner comes around, and both runners score. Some heads-up base running there. Up the infield single.
I'm just not sure why there wasn't a play made at home. Everything was being paid attention to the runner at first, and no hesitation. Rounding third, coming home.
Klaver goes down, knocks it down, and then the ball kind of spilled away, I think, and then, I don't know, she might as well throw it. The only thing, you want to hold that runner over at first, but, man, if you get the out at home, you stop a run. That brings up the top of the order, Sydney Skerich.
Top of the orders put a lot of pressure on North Polk throughout the course of the night.
Ball one. She's single, hit by a pitch and reached on an error. Now slaps it, and it gets through the second baseman. And there was a little trouble with the runner coming through, I think, but
I think just visibly, I think that threw her off because there's no contact made, nothing illegal about what went on, but I think just visibility-wise, it really didn't allow a clean field of view there for Claver.
Yeah, she was watching the ball, the runner came through, and now McKinley Toohey, who's got 2 sacrifices and a ground out, she chops one. Foul. And
3 errors for North Polk have all been very costly here tonight.
That one is a strike.
Still on the outside upper part of the zone.
Oh, 2 now. One and 2. 2 outs, runner at second. This is a chopper high up. The pitcher will catch it. They throw her out to end the inning. Two runs for North Scott on 2 hits, 1 error. They lead 7-4 as North Polk will come up at the bottom of the 5th at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented for the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
On the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, Dart Danielson with Andy Pollock. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th. Andy, North Polk needs some runs here. Down 7-4. You got a little time left, but still you'd like to play a few with the top of your order coming up.
The key is getting the first couple on. That's when North Polk can put pressure on you with the speed they've got on the base paths, but they've got some on and run themselves out innings. But we'll see if that wears on North Scott at all. That's kind of the strategy behind it, and we'll see if North Scott and their senior leadership ends up cracking. They haven't so far.
4 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors for North Polk. 7 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for North Scott. And the first pitch is a ball to Husek.
Husek batting .437 on the year.
That one's high.
And she's got some wheels.
Yeah, have her at 3 for 3 with stolen base attempts. Takes that one low. So 3-0. Dermott looks in. Now Keegan Kelly's going to come out, the catcher, and discuss this. Sometimes just coming out and settling your pitcher down a little bit can help.
nothing in terms of power really that you're worried about with Husek, but you can't just give her the base.
It's just
either.
base runners.
yeah,
you just don't want to give them
base.
a bunch of free bases, because then that's how they get back into the ball game here. The number 8 seed leading the number 1 seed, and if you give them the free passes, squares the bunt, pulls back, it's a strike. Corners pull in a little bit, anticipating a possible bunt. And holds off. It's full count. So a little talk helped here as McDermott comes right back with 2 strikes, and the count is full.
Look where the back foot of Husek is right now.
And she takes it, and it's a walk.
Just looking at it, the line's been rubbed away, but she had to. She was
Supposed to be
so
an out of the
close.
box,
She was
wasn't she?
so
Yeah.
close to home plate with her back foot.
Brings up Melise Ingebrigtsen. A sacrifice bunt and a strikeout 0 for 1. She squares the bunt, pulls it back. There's a strike. They look at throwing down, but Husek gets back in there.
And this is where North Polk throughout the course of the season has been really good at putting pressure on defenses, but man, North Scott has handled all of it so well tonight.
That one's high. Big jump off the bag over there by Husek, but she gets back. 1-1.
You notice after that earlier throw by Tegan Kelly, they are not testing her out right now.
Yeah, they're not going to. A little respect now. Now, looked like she was feigning like she was going to go, but it's fouled off. I had maybe the hit and run going there. And she took a big start like she was going to take off.
You might see it now on the 1-2 count.
Mm-hmm. Get her running and maybe avoid the double play if possible. Man, she gets off the bag, but that one's a ball. 2-2. Holds off. Count goes full.
McDermott was way ahead in this count right now, but continues to work that outside portion of the plate.
Ingebrigtsen steps in. Strike call. Caught looking, and I think she knew it after she let it go.
She had the curveball came out to the lefty, came from the outside part in. It looked like she was going outside again. It broke in late and just dropped her bat. She knew right away. You can just feel the tension right now in the air. Like, there's a lot of pressure on this North Polk team right now.
Brings up Ava Husek, the pitcher. This one slapped hard, drops in front of the center fielder. Good scoop coming in by Breedar. But it advances the runner. That was just a hard slap right to the center fielder, and she came in on the run, scooped it up just like you teach it, and brings up Lucy Lucas, who walked, singled, and scored. And the courtesy runner is Maddie Simmons. She's 7 of 7, it says, in steal attempts and steal completions.
Well, right now Lucas represents a tying run, and that's pretty important right now for North Polk.
That ball is outside. That tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning. North Polk has trailed from the get-go. They tied it back up, but North Scott has taken a back lead. This one's high, 2-0.
Maddie McDermott does not walk many. In fact, has only walked 20 batters in 20 games that she's appeared in this year.
Well, the coach coming out a little conference out there in the circle. Talk about it. And, yeah, you're right. She, look at it, 21 walks against 144 strikeouts, 2.2 earned runs. Batting average against her has been .203 for the senior. And the conference for North Polk going on down the line over there.
Just to settle her down a little bit, thrown several balls here lately. McDermott, the senior, future Division I softball player, she's fine right now. Just got to kind of refocus right now, because as you look at things for North Scott, they're in control at the moment. You don't want to let any big mistakes catch you right now.
So 2-0, and sometimes, too, you walk a few batters and your infield kind of, gets a little back and antsy. And that one is high. I don't know, it's strike. Sorry, late call there. Had to wait for the arm to come up. Someday I'll learn. That one is high, and it's 3-1. The tying run in the person of Lucy Lucas at the plate. 1 out. Caitlin Cleaver on deck. This one is lifted high towards center. Going back, center fielder makes the play. And it's deep, but nobody can tag with where that's at. So a long fly out to center for Lucas.
She got all of it.
Yeah. Well, not quite.
Not quite.
It was a couple feet short of getting over the yellow line fence out there, but she got a good tag on it. Here's Claver. She hit a home run in the third. That tied it up. This one was high. Flying out to right and then hit the home run to left center into the stands out there, the new stands. So she could give them a lead here. This one's going to be a high fly. Second baseman coming over, makes the play, ends the inning. So the big stop there, no runs, 1 hit, and after 5 complete, 7-4. North Scott, they'll come up to bat the top of the 6th. That's coming up at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
On the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, we go to the top of the 6th. The heart of the order here for North Scott, leading 7-4, the number 8 seed over number 1 seed. North Polk here, it'll be Adeline Johnson, the third baseman. She reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base and scored. Flied out and walked, 0 for 2, but a run scored. As she steps in. This one lifted high toward right center. Center fielder comes over. Ava Kadelka makes the play for 1 out.
It's a big out for North Polk to get right now. You feel like just with the style that North Polk plays in, 3 runs, you can still maybe scratch that. But you start to get 4 or 5 run deficit, that's going to be really tough for the Comets to come back from.
Brings up Maddie McDermott. She's walked and scored, struck out, flied out. 0 for 2.
Yeah, they've been very careful with her in her 14 home runs this year.
Not giving her much to look at. Everything's mostly lowered away. That's the one she struck out on, and then she flied out to right. That one comes in. Tried to almost intentionally walk her. Here's the 2-0. This one is lifted toward right center. Gets off the fence, and McDermott in with a long single.
Long single. That was played very well off the wall. The friendly Comet bounce off the wall out there in right center.
One, yep. So McDermott on. Brings up Kylie Wainwright. She's singled and scored, grounded out, walked and scored. 2 runs scored, 1 for 2 on the day. And Wainwright steps in. And runner going, and she's there easily.
Lucas had a heck of a throw, but just bobbled it just a little bit on the exchange from her glove to her throwing hand. The throw was right on the money.
Natalie Neighbor came in to run for McDermott for IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be free at IMTIMS.com as this one's pop foul for Kylie Wainwright, excuse me.
Almost a slapping look there from Wainwright.
Scott just wants this one hit the second up clean and out. I'm just going to say they just want to get that other run in if they can, and any more padding they could add on to the 3-run lead. Carly Breeder, the center fielder, doubled with an RBI, singled and scored, reached on a error and scored. 2 runs scored, an RBI, 2 for 3. Got a bad day at the plate for her. This one fouled off.
North Polk and Husek continue to live on the outside part of the plate, trying to get a lot of those ground balls and fly balls to the right side of the defense.
You see from the outfield camera, that is a ball.
Got the deep shadows casted onto us now here at home plate.
One and one. That one's fouled off. I saw that almost look like a P-51 Mustang when it came over. We got the airport where they fly right in here behind the field. 1 and 2. But it was just a little.
You could probably hear that on the stream.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, struck her out. And the inning with no harm. And North Polk will come in the bottom of the 6th with some work to do here. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 batters when we come back on the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
On the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, to be the 6, 7, and 8 batters for North Polk. Trailing my 3 here to the number 8 seed, North Scott. Tessa Dillinger, the first baseman, walked and scored, struck out. 0 for 1 on the day with a run scored. Takes a strike, low. Maddie McDermott looks into Tegan Kelly, her catcher. Delivers a strike.
Very impressed by this North Scott defense just throughout the course of the day, how well they've handled every sort of situation that the North Polk base runners have put them into. In particular, McDermott there with a punch out.
Runner up on
she's
the
given
corner.
up 7 hits,
Yeah.
right? But just the 4 runs, she's really scattered them throughout. North Polk really unable to string anything together to put in together a long run, and that's a huge out. Really try to prevent this top of the order for North Polk to seeing the ball again with no outs.
Kadelka, the center fielder, 1 for 2 with a single. And takes the first pitch ball. This one a chopper, third base, gloves it, throws, out number 2.
That was very, very close to being a foul ball, but it looked like Johnson was able to haul it in just before it went foul and make the play across her body.
Maddie Cleaver, a sacrifice and a ground out 0 for 1 on the day. This one ripped up the middle and caught by the center fielder, Breedar. So a 1-2-3 inning for North Polk. They're down to their final 3 outs here. North Scott will come to bat in the top of the 7th, looking to pad that 3-run lead here at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Top of 7th inning here. Abby Rouse for North Scott fouls the first pitch off. She struck out, had a sacrifice and a flyout 0 for 2 on the day. That one's outside. 8-seeded Lancers leading by 3 over number 1 seed North Polk. See the shot from the outfield. Right. You can see that shot well. The swing was late and the ball into the glove. 1-2. Fouled off. North Polk wants to get out of this, and then they'll come in and they'll have the bottom and then the top of the order and the bottom of the 7th to try to tie it or win it. 1-2. Fouled off over the screen. This one fouled off, almost in the dugout, but gets over the top there. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, Jose on the controls. On the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Here's the 1-2. This one going to drop in front of the right fielder for a base hit. And so a leadoff single on top of the 7th.
And now is a situation where you're thinking as North Scott, you're going to sacrifice all the way around and see if you can punch one in, take a 4-run lead into the bottom of the 7th where you're going to see the number 9 hitter. If you can, you got to be feeling very good about where things are sitting right now if you're a Lancer fan.
Spears tried to lay down the bunt, and that goes foul.
She about laid down herself trying to lay down that bunt.
And it stumbled coming out of there. She's got a double, a single with a run scored, and a ground out. So 2 for 3 with a run scored. And an extra base hit in there.
All these seniors for North Scott have come up huge today.
And tries to bunt it back the other way, and it goes foul again.
She took a half a swing, really.
Yeah, they really kind of
push it down.
Too much. She didn't deaden it. She just kind of hacked it out. Man, you see the great butters. They just deaden that ball so it can drop, or they could spin it right into where they want it. Of course, that one's fouled. The good pitchers, too, they'll try to put that ball in where you can't get a good angle on it. And 0-2. Spears, first baseman. That one came inside. She didn't bite on it.
I like going back to that pitch there for Husak because she's been working that outside corner, low and away, curveball low and away, then comes back to throw the drop, that almost a screwball look, more low and in. Does it again, really trying to jam up the hitter right now. It's a different look than what she's given throughout the course of the evening.
Yeah, Spears protecting there and chopped it foul.
We get such a great look at the spin coming in on the ball and the movement on the ball from our vantage point here. Just watching that first game today from up above, you don't get to see nearly the movement on the pitches.
This one going over the right side, foul. 6 pitch at bat right now.
Seen North Scott several times go deep into at-bats today. Quality at-bats anytime you get up over 6 pitches seen.
This one chopped by the third baseman. Well, she finally figured that out on that inside pitch.
I don't know if we'll be able to see a replay of this one or not, but what a great piece of hitting by Shelby Spears. They had keep going in and in and in on her, and she took the inside pitch and got around on it. There you'll see.
It is.
Watch the inside pitch, and she gets around on this thing, shortens up her swing. Boom, right there.
Just flipped those hands right around and pushed it down the line, and third baseman was just nothing you could do about that.
Yeah, just no time to react down there at third, and now talk about some insurance runs for North Scott.
And Katie Bradar in to run at second. With runners at first and second, no outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
You got to focus on getting outs right now as North Polk. You might give up just 1 run, but you can't let this inning get out of hand.
Keegan Kelly, a single, reached on an error and had a sacrifice, 0 for 2. Or excuse me, 1 for 2. Late in the day, my math is getting fuzzy.
You called that first game of the day, and you're still here now. It's been a long day for you radio guys that don't put in that many hours.
I tell you what,
this
though,
is a long day.
Again, with the coolness, so it's a lot nicer. You don't have the wear on you when it's so cool like that.
What I miss, though, is I don't have Peter Tarpey bringing me a Diet Coke and a water every half hour. I need that.
Ain't gonna miss on the change.
He doesn't seem to be too concerned about how we handle the heat on a day like today.
On a day like today, it's like, there's water back there if you need it,
He didn't even tell me that. I didn't know that.
Well, the stars he takes a little bit of care of, but fouls that right back at Annie's face, but
the ball was coming in hot.
It was. And you forget about that net, but then you worry, will that net hold?
It held that time, thankfully.
2-2. This one looped up. Oh, nice catch in center field by Kadelka.
Kind of a jumping catch for Kadelka out there.
Because if that gets overhead to the fence, you got a couple runs are going to score. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Sydney Scarage. 2 singles, hit by a pitch and an error, 2 for 3 on the day.
They had brought everybody in. Now they go in just at the corners.
It's a ball. And I don't know if that's new or today, but she's got a big tear on the left side there. She slid. It's for a dirt patch, so maybe that happened today. But this one is to the pitcher, throws over to first. So there might have to be some mending done unless they wear different uniforms. If they advance, the score holds up. McKinley Toohey coming up.
Toohey's got a lot of speed. We've seen that today. She gets down to first base in a hurry. If she can get one on the ground right now, not only are you looking at a run scored, but she can put a lot of pressure on this North Polk defense as well.
A couple of sacrifices, a couple of ground outs a second. 0 for 2. Coach is kind of explaining what she wants here.
It's got a chill.
How can it be July, mid-July, and you're talking about being cold?
I'm into football camp on Wednesday. I want this weather to stay the way it is right now.
That one's outside low. 1-0. Chop to first base. Maybe the easy put out over there. And no runs on 2 hits. North Polk will come up needing 3 to keep this game going, to keep their tournament hopes alive here. That's coming up after this at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning here at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. North Polk needs 3 to keep playing and 4 to win. They lead it off with Lauren Osborne, the right fielder. She singled and grounded out. 1 for 2 today. Then they'll have the top of the order coming up. This one, hot smash to the shortstop. Throws high, but handled over there for out number 1.
Very clean game played by North Scott this evening, I should say. They continue to make the plays against the speed of North Polk.
That brings up IGHSAU. Singled and scored, grounded out and walked. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Steps in. Takes it high. Just above the letters there. Manny McDermott on the mound. Tegan Kelly behind the plate. Catching. Shelby Spears at first. Riley Robertson at second. Sydney Scarage at short. Adolyn Johnson at third. Outfield is Tui, Bredar, and Rouse left to right for the Lancers. That one's slow. Ball 3.
Now, this is an important base runner, obviously, right now for North Polk. Seeing some pitches right now.
Time called.
A couple times we've had this between Kelly and McDermott with a 3-0 count.
And the catcher, she's knowing when to pick her spots and go out there and talk to the pitcher, and it's worked here. He's talking now, the umpire.
These seniors, 6 of them in the starting lineup for North Scott. They played together for a lot of years.
And they're looking to extend it to one more game in this season, senior season. And that would be the semifinal matchup coming up against the winner of Norwalk Western Dubuque.
Just look at this back foot, though. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if we have a view that you can see this, but this back foot is almost across. It's almost behind home plate.
Look at that side camera.
Where IGHSAU has that. Look at that back foot there.
Yeah. This one is blooped over toward the left. It's going to drop in there for a single. And one runner is aboard. Brings up Engelbretson.
From a defensive perspective right now, you really just got to forget that runner's even on the board. You're just completely thinking about the hitter. Unless there's a hard ground ball up the middle, you are just thinking about getting this batter out.
Engelbretson, the DP, is playing second. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a sacrifice bunt.
North Polk calling on some magic right now here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, you got your top of your lineup. If you're going to do it, these are the people, who've done it throughout the season. That's why they're batting the 1, 2, 3 here.
They were able to, put a lot of pressure on in that first inning after they got these leadoff runners on, but then eventually ran themselves out of the inning. Did that again in the second and the third. And those base runners, looking back on it right now, are very valuable. We'll see if North Scott has not cracked yet to the pressure that North Polk has put on them on the base paths.
Yeah, a couple have caught stealing in the first and the third. Yeah, a swing and a miss, a strike.
Well, you won't see any steals right now. These base runners are precious for North Polk.
You got to get at least one more on and get them in to keep your season going. This one slapped past the diving shortstop. The tying run comes to the plate. Husak the second, Engelbritson the first, and Ava Husak, the pitcher. She's got 2 singles and a double. Watch the play here. Good piece of hitting, takes the ball. That's a diving carriage.
Well, and she's got a couple home runs on the year as well.
3 for 3. She needs another hit here. Takes a strike.
McDermott comes right after her with a fastball outside to start. This is a very strategic, we'll see how she tries to pitch through her right now. Very strategic look.
Another strike.
Haven't seen a lot of off-speed from McDermott. Not sure how that looks in her arsenal, but.
Well, Husak's looked at a couple pitches. Now she's got to protect and look to drive one here. This one hits it. Second baseman comes up, goes to first, gets the out. The runners will advance. 2 away, down to the final out, brings up Lucy Lucas. She walked, singled, and flied out. 1 for 2, but the run scored.
Lucas bats just a shade under 400 for the year. Good batter to have up in this situation.
She gets on Claver, who earlier hit a 2-run homer, would be up. There's a ball. Things getting a little tight here for North Scott fans.
Lucas has played her as the catcher. She's played about this entire game with a smile on her face, and it's still there right now as she looked down at her coach, Rick Dillinger.
That one outside. 2-0. Popped up on the infield. That's it. North Scott gets the upset. 7-4. They brought the tying run to the plate, but couldn't pull it through. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. 4 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors for North Polk. We talked about it, Eddie, some of that early base running, caught stealing, ran themselves out of innings. That's their style to run, but we'll wait here for the presentation of the advancement in the bracket here. North Polk, Wednesday, 1:30 over on Iowa Central Field, the other field. And they're going to advance the bracket here now. Only fitting Maddie McDermott gets to put it up there and advance them. And there it is. North Scott Lancers move on to face the winner of the Norwalk Western Dubuque game Wednesday at 1:30. That's going to wrap it up here. The final 7-4 North Scott win. Great job, Andy. Thanks.
What an afternoon for upsets. That's an incredible afternoon.
Number 8. seed.
8 seed, 2 7 seeds, and an 8 seed go on this afternoon.
All right, thanks to Jose for running the controls. That's going to wrap it up, this 4A quarterfinal here on the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.